Good morning to all of you. Let us all study an extension of marketing information system with one of its components, which is called as data mining. So what is data mining? What is mining? Let's understand what's mining. Mining is when we strain certain important components from other lesser important components would be called as mining. So we remove gold, silver, iron ore from a lot of mineral wealth that is there in our mines. So that is mining. Now when I talk about data mining is all removing important data out of a lot of data that is available with the companies. And we are undergoing a data explosion. Digitally, we are having a lot of things available with us, but pertaining to one aspect of a business, if I have to take a decision, I need only those areas or those related information which will help me to make a decision. So that is data mining. Straining out the most important or the crucial information or the data that is required to make a decision would be called as data mining. So going to the definition, data mining refers to mining or discovery of new information in terms of patterns or rules from a vast amount of data. Exactly, that is what I told you. We have lot of data. Giving you a simple example, just before the exams, you go berserk and you start collecting data, information, notes from textbooks, from your teachers, from your friends, some other friend in another college, as if the other teacher must have taught better than your own teacher. And then finally during the exam, you don't know from where to study. You have a lot of data. But if at all someone tells you this is the most important part of the data which you need to study, that helps you to take a decision as to how much to study and what to study. That exactly is data mining. It's a process used to find hidden or unexpected patterns in data to predict the future of business. That's what I told you. Majorly, we are talking about making a decision in the business, and this decision which will help our business in the future is in terms of data mining. If we do not data mine, we will get enormous amount of data which is useless to us. So it is the exploration and analysis of large quantities of data in order to discover valid, that is most useful, novel, which is new, potentially useful, very heavily useful, and ultimately understandable patterns of data. This is very, very important. So data is important to us, but someone tells us this data is what you need. It's the need of the hour. It is the present scenario. Marketing people can take decision accordingly. For example, how is the pattern changing? With COVID-19, if you see, our lifestyles has undergone a lot of change. So certain new things are high in demand. Certain old things have lost its demand. So someone who's providing this information from the market is doing the data mining for the companies. Moving ahead. Another way of putting it, automatically sifts is trains through the data to find hidden patterns, discover new insights, and make predictions. Probably we would have never gone in for an online teaching at this age of mine, but because we had to and we understood that getting to the student is extremely important at this hour, we had to learn certain new traits. So we did a lot of study of the data that is around and find out how well we can reach out to you. So how do we do this? We classify, we do regression, we do clustering. We have an attribute of importance, decision trees, associations, and different anomaly detection that's happening. So it's a combination of everything that you learned in statistics, but putting in terms of the simple information that is related to your market. That is data mining. Now, data mining is also a knowledge discovery. You come to know certain new things, certain new aspects. It is done with the help of computer assisted process. It cannot be done manually. It's impossible. If you do it manually, there will be enormous sets of erroneous data that will be available. So, analyzing a lot of data sets is possible with data. एक्सट्रैक्टिंग द एक्चुअल मीनिंग ऑफ डेटा, जो जरूरी है उसी से हमें काम करना है. दिस particular fundamental could be done with only data. So Let it, if you see, you observe the stratification that is there on my screen. Data mining is also called as knowledge discovery of the data. So you have a lot of data and that is your database. We need to keep cleaning. We don't even clean our computers. Forget our houses. Our desktop is so flooded, we don't even know what to delete and what not. When we are looking out for a file, we are actually going mad. Kahan gaya mera wo file? So, databases that are available, we need to do data cleaning time to time. Keep adding the knowledge that is changing every day, some new things that's happening. Store it well. So, there will be data warehousing necessary. There will be additional transformation of this data that is stored. People's age is changing, people's addresses are changing, people's likes are changing. So what is the relevant data that I need today at this particular point of time? So you have a certain segment called as the relevant data. Out of that, the databases or the softwares that are there picks up the only data that is needed by a particular department to make the most important decision. So there's a pattern evaluation, checking out what data is given to me and adding to the knowledge of the managers to make a very reliable information or a decision. So ultimately, data mining is a cycle. It is having business understanding, data understanding, data preparation, modeling, evaluation and deployment. This is not important from the point of view of exams. I just wanted to make it clear how this entire process works. Okay. In fact, the earlier diagram was more simplified and here it just shows you, if I take it into a circular process diagram, how it looks like. So, what is the importance of data mining? One, most important is computerization of businesses produce huge amount of data today. Now with this so much of data, how do I best make use of this data? How do I discover my competitive advantage from this data? Now if you take an example of online e-businesses are generating very large databases, Amazon.com, Drive, it is totally driven with data mining. Web search engines, so much of retrieval of data is actually happening because we are doing data mining. So data mining is useful for a competitive analysis. If you make the right decision at the right time, you do a competitive analysis. It's an important aspect of your marketing research. It tells you what is good, what is trending, what is bad, everything. Economical trends, it tells you where to invest, where not to invest, what should be your price, what is the demand like, what is the supply like. It tells you the consumer behavior. How is the shift happening in the consumer? It does an industry research. It tells you where you stand in your industry. So data mining is extremely important because it's one of the revolutionary development that has taken place in this business. That's all from my end. Thank you so much. Hope you've understood. All my data has been taken from Google search engines. They are all Creative Commons. These photographs have been put together in order to make a PPT. They are not my original photographs at all. Thank you so much.